Hello and welcome back to Loresworn Chronicles, Crusader Kings, where we are playing as the Kingdom of Curonia and the legendary King Akko the Just. We are currently on a raid to the Abbasid Caliphate as part of our legendary mission for the Band of Medina. And in the meantime, I have enough tech points, it looks like, to increase our construction here. We also have a righteous imprisonment. I'm going to check, make sure that there's no plots against anybody we actually care about. Somehow I lost my patron deity at some point. I don't know if it just resets every once in a while, but yeah, we're going to continue to serve Perkunas. Okay. I believe our next target for conquest... So we have a truce with him now, but I believe our truce with Brandenburg is up. Nope, not quite. So let's go after the Sakala here. So we're gonna conquer Livima. Raise our levies. He's not gonna be able to put up much of a fight. Okay. We have some inheritance going on. We need a new advisor. I'm gonna give it to the guy. Yep, and of course, freaking... One sec, I gotta close out of Discord here, one sec. Okay, so we have another step of our legendary journey. I've partaken in a local tournament. And I've been knocking out Bedouin fighters with ease. Grinning, I search the crowd for the face of Dagonis, who's been cheering me on. I find him looking a bit pale, turning to face my final foe. I hear someone shouting an introduction. Alim the Destroyer! I'm sure it sounded exactly like that. We'll duel the tallest man you have ever seen. He's an aggressive leader, heavy infantry leader, brilliant strategist, brawny, strong, duelist. Alright, finally a challenge. A duel for the legends. The crowd is cheering loudly as the giant looms over me. All the men I have fought so far pale in comparison. You die now, the beast man roars, swinging a massive club. When it fails to hit me and bites the ground, the earth shakes. As he moves to lift it again, I strike. The crowd falls silent. Alim the Destroyer dies. Another victorious match. My son has confronted me today about my decision to have him join the Band of Medina. He claims the perspective of fighting other people makes him uneasy and jittery. He hopes I could reconsider my decision and make him become a warrior like myself. He's already a member, though. Well, let's see. I've already had one son commit suicide because I tried to force him to become a warrior, so why not repeat the same mistake again? Alright. I have been following a rumor trying to track down what is supposed to be the most feared fighter in the Abbasid Empire. A deadly fencer, I'm told. You go to your death, an innkeeper warns. Yet when he's pointed out to me, I find myself face to face with a hunched elderly man eyeing me suspiciously. Yeah, he looks fairly strong. I will not go easy on you just because you're old. As the man unclasps his cloak, I gasp. Beneath the disguise of a poor and withered elder is an athletic and statuesque person donned in fanciful armor. He lashes out at me with a silvery sword, and I almost scream in surprise. When it is over, I am bloody and out of breath. Oh, I won? Okay, I guess I won. That text description doesn't make it sound like I won. But I guess I did. Let's see. Advisor. Yeah, I'm going to give it to the Glory Hound rather than the Pragmatist. And we need another commander. This guy looks good. Okay. Since our last fight, Gerstigans has been very gloomy, barely even speaking to me or any of his friends. Forcing him to keep training to be a warrior might not have been the best on my part. He's stressed, wounded, and depressed. Yeah, he'll learn to love it. It won't go like my other garbage son. Upon your return to Kurtzima, warriors and commoners alike swoon when they see you. One woman actually faints as you ride by with your entourage. The whole fortress, well, Hillfort, has been dressed in celebratory banners, and your courtier, Yara, greets you with a smile. The bards will sing of your accomplishments for generations to come. They say you took down an army of 100 men and wild lions? Take note of this. This is all going to be in the legends. We received news that some of you were taken captive, and the man's words trail off, and he composes himself. My lord, welcome home. From deeper in the fortress, the band of Medina are singing a song of battle, its melody inviting you to its celebration. So I become the founder of a bloodline, 500 prestige. I get renowned hero, which gives me general opinion and sex appeal. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right. Forest Blood of Akko the Just. Rumored to often have gone singing into battle. That's so funny. If you guys haven't watched the intro lore video I did, where I connected his legacy with, like, being, like, a warrior who, like, sang in the depths of the forest, that's actually really funny. I could not have asked for a better description than that. Akko the Just was a fighter of a different time, his deeds inspiring greatness in others for generations to come. Poet opinion +5, unlocks special actions on the battlefield. Prestige and personal combat skill go up. Let's see, it can be passed on patrilineal and matrilineal. So, did my daughters get it too? Okay, cool. My daughters get it, and anyone there in a matrilineal marriage with gets it. Awesome. So we've done it. We have established a bloodline that will resound through the ages. Now, in the context of the historical record, because we've decided Akko is a legendary king, he is not going to be regarded as a historical king. Most likely what this means is that all of these people are going to latch onto this legend and claim to be descendants of Akko, rather than actually being able to prove it genealogically, which, like, yeah, most of the Scandinavian monarchs to this day, which, by the way, Sweden has taken some serious territory from Saxony under Ragnar. Pretty much all the Scandinavian monarchs to this day can technically trace their lineage back to Ragnar Lothbrok, but again, we don't really actually know that he existed. So it's more of a... they're related to somebody who associated themselves with this legendary figure at some point in time. I mean, we also don't know that he didn't exist for sure. It's just that we don't have good proof that satisfies a historical definition of him being, you know, an actual figure. The elder Ivalda has perished during our long journey. She died a warrior. Good for her. And Dagonis, Elder Dagonis, also died on our journey. He was disfigured and one-handed, so they will be remembered as heroes. I'm excited. That's awesome. People are just offering me peace now at this point. They're like, we don't want to deal with this shit. Let's see, I think I can change our gender laws now. Let's see. Obligations, inheritance, there we go. Agnatic, cognatic. That's better. I'm also going to go to max tribal organization. So chiefs have control over their vassals with laws similar to that of feudal lords. So you could consider us to be kind of a proto-feudal state at this point. And our council would vote for it. So let's do it. Alright, absolute tribal organization. So, and our old wound has finally healed. We are now horrifically scarred. And, what else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I need to give away some land. Oh, I can give away Minsk. That's not a big deal. Search all men. Oh no, search realm for men. Yeah, you'll do. Okay. Worship the ancestors. Conquer by enemies. We'll sacrifice someone from our dungeon. Ancestors' blessings upon me. We'll ransom everyone else. And I should screenshot our borders real quick if I haven't done that. Okay, I believe our truce with this guy should be up in like 1 day, 5 days, 6 days, something like that. And then we'll go after him. Oh, can we create any titles that would give us claims? Not yet. Let's see, this guy wants to marry Ruta to his heir. Or no, heir to the chiefdom of Rusa. How many... You know, chiefess, 1, 2... This is your third son? No, I'm not marrying you any of my daughters for your third son. We're going to actually find a better match for her by loading my marriage filter. Let's see. What are her strengths? Ruta. I mean, she's a good fighter. She doesn't really have any special... Let's just go for a genius, I suppose. This guy. He would not join our court. Nor would that guy. 35. She's 26. That's not that big of a difference. Let's marry her to this Finnish guy. Arranged marriage, matrilineal, Ruta. Okay. Awesome. And now we can declare war on this guy. Conquest of Danzig. We'll raise our troops. Making for that Arcona holy site as quickly as we can. Boyan has finished his education in the ways of faith and learning. I still don't know who this is. His dad was a chief that died, I guess. How am I still getting Discord pop-ups? Give me 1 sec. Okay, I killed the process. The only problem is if I do game capture on CK2 for some reason, it hard locks my entire system, so I have to use window capture, which for some reason captures the Discord overlay anytime I'm playing CK2. Anyway, they want me to spar this guy. He looks like a chump. I can't duel him right now, but I will do that when the war is over. Alright, Velnius be cursed. Today I made a senseless mistake in the sparring ring, which had devastating consequence. My opponent was not ready, and his blade easily cut through my armor. Have my ancestors withdrawn their protection? I will be maimed and severely injured. Well, that's not good. Okay, so I'm one-eyed now. Briefly, you could see it coming. Perhaps you could have acted differently to avoid this. You are now one-eyed. Alright, so Akko, the one-eyed king. I still have a ridiculously high personal combat skill. You know, I've done everything that I wanted to do in life. It's alright if I lose an eye at 47. Start of the Viking Age. All right. Centralization of power in Scandinavia, along with a rapid population expansion, has begun to drive its denizens to look beyond the home shores in earnest. New developments in shipbuilding, an adventurous spirit, and a fearless belief in the gods are now taking Norse seafarers across the seas towards distant lands. They arrive as traders, raiders, and conquerors, and they call themselves Vikings. All right. And we captured the chief, so that's going to be a short war. Stand down our troops. So we have now established ourselves... we'd already established ourselves across the Vistula, but we've further established ourselves across the Vistula. Demesne is far too big right now. So I'm going to need to give some titles away to some people or increase my centralization law, which I don't think I can for another few years. So yeah, we'll go ahead and give these titles away. We are going to search our realm for men of my religion and my culture. They don't need to be geniuses, they just need to be good administrators. And not claimants to anything, and not already rulers. So this guy, I'm going to grant him Livima. And then, let's see, claimant. This guy is going to be the new chief of Danzig. So we're having to... increase our pool of vassals as we expand out here. Okay. So, I believe our next goal... Let's see, do we have a truce with this guy till 804? Okay. The next closest... How about Polotsk? Truce until 801, and this guy we have a truce with... until 802. So I think we're going to be back to conquering up north, because we don't really have a strong incentive to go after the Ungvar or the Volhynians right now. But I would like to cement our control over this area. So we're going to go to war with the Chief of Tartu. And we're going to march. No, we don't need to call to glory. Hard to feel proud when there's nothing to be proud of, really. I think I have plenty to be proud of, but I guess he's kind of hard on himself. Yeah, calling in allies or something. Do we have anyone who could be ransoms? Not currently. How's our moral authority looking? 39! It's getting up there. Tunka Menin! Hey, remember him? Has been going around Kurtsima for a few days now, praising me as one of the wisest rulers. So he's an elder at this point. He ascended to the rank of elder. So he did pretty well for himself. Up here in the north. We've got some alliances going on. We've got a granddaughter who needs to be taught how to fight. I believe one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions. He's my best friend, so I really doubt that he would have any conspiratorial ambitions. If anything, he would conspire to get me to come drink with him more. I simply cannot bear the sight of my son Deimos, what with his perfect body and happy life. This guy is so fucking petty. After seeing how much he cares about keeping a balanced diet and a healthy body, I started to wonder if I couldn't ruin him with just a few well-placed words. Hashtag garbage dad. This is too petty even for me. Come on. I'm the most legendary warrior of our age, and I'm mad that my son is younger and more healthy than I am. Okay. This guy, I'm pretty sure we still have a truce with. I would love a truce map mode for CK2. That guy we have a truce with. Does the diplomatic map mode tell you any information about that? Oh, that's diplomatic. Yeah, diplomatic relations. No, it'll just tell me who I have CBs against. It doesn't tell me who I have truces with. How do I have a CB against this guy, by the way? Because apparently there's someone in my court who has a claim on Lapland. Okay, well, we could go to war with Novgorod. That could be our next little adventure. We do want to eventually claim the Empire of Russia as our own. So let's see. Yeah, let's go for it. I know he has a lot of tribal vassals, so it won't be an easy war. But let's just do it to prove that we can. Let's declare war. Ooh, we could establish him as a tributary state too. Yeah, I want the county. I want permanent power. Council vote is yes. We're gonna call our tribal vassals. We're also gonna do a call to glory. The Band of Medina! With the help of the Band of Medina, this battle is ours to lose. Already my fellow fighters are rallying from all over the realm, ready to show me their bravery in battle. In but a few months we will drown our enemies in steel and blood. Alright. Let's go kick Novgorod's ass. New eager fighters have joined me. Everyone's honoring their obligations, because why wouldn't they? Fantastic. The horrific wound from your maiming is now stinking and oozing pus. Oh, great. You got an infection. That's not good. At this point, like, Akko has put in his time. Actually, let's make sure we support Naula to be chiefess. Come on. Good. Okay, awesome. The elders support her claim. I'm also gonna go ahead and do a hunting focus just to see if we can keep our boy alive a little longer. But yeah, I think his story's coming close to an end, which is good in a way. Okay. My grandson, Akko, son of Ruta, named after me, appropriately enough, the first of many. Alright, the Siege of the Pskov tribe. Yeah, this is just going to be a shit kicking, just for the fun of it. This might be the last great war that Akko's involved in. Darbislav, he is the son of Naula, did not inherit any of her good congenital traits. Or Darbislava. Vinius has been going around praising me. That's good for him. Let's go ruin their prosperity. By the way, how far are we from adopting feudalism? We have to reform the religion. We have to have a stone hill fort. So yeah, we'll need to loot some money to upgrade that. I think that's what we'll do after this war. Just go loot some money. Now my demesne is now too big because my infection has made it harder for me to govern such a large territory. Yeah, this call to glory thing is pretty sweet. Starting to think Mikava might fancy me. Might as well inject a little bit more into the gene pool. Oh, that's Tunka Menin's wife. Yeah, that's potentially troublesome since he is one of our tribal elders. But let's go ruin Novgorod's prosperity. My lover is with child. Hopefully she'll be able to persuade her husband to be the real father. I feel like that's going to be a hard sell, and I'll tell you why. Because, well, anyway, I don't think that's a ruse I would bet on. Let's just put it that way. Sargun, my grandson. He is the son of Viba, who has apparently become disfigured in a duel or something. He's a good kid. Seems like a good kid. Okay. Some of the more undisciplined elements within my new troops have started to complain that I do not share the loot from our battles equally. They are demanding what they consider their rightful compensation, threatening to leave my army if their request is denied. This is something that very well could have reasonably happened with this sort of like a tribal army. A lot of times they would fight for the promise of loot, similar to like if you've played Sid Meier's Pirates. 2 children need to be taught to fight. And of course, they back-capped the war goal while we were distracted here. My son has been clutching in his stomach and made frequent visits to the privy. Apparently he's suffering from dysentery. Well, I hope he doesn't die of dysentery. My friend Chief Tautvila has sent you a gift. It's a small puppy, but of the finest pedigree and destined to grow into a great hunting dog. Oh, well that's awesome. I will name him Velnius, after Velnius. Fighting alongside my shield maiden, Viba, is exhilarating. Alright, she got injured again. And we captured Magnus. We'll sacrifice him to Dievas. This guy might actually be worth some money, so might this guy. Let's see. The full extent of her injuries became apparent. A blow to the head left the face of the fierce shield maiden a mess. Well, she was already disfigured, so it's not like she can get more disfigured, right? She's grown more reclusive. I find her one day sitting alone in a window. Don't worry, Master, she says. I did my duty. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to be friends with her. She's the only one of my children that I like, because she's the one that has suffered the most for the glory of the family. The valor I have shown in battle is not inspired just seasoned warriors. Many of my subjects have traveled to Kurtsema, hoping to prove their worth against my enemies. I will have them trained in no time. Your bravery moves me that this is not your fight. Wonderful. You'll soon meet your opponents. You can help with the supply lines. That's a cool event. I'm going to train them. We want them to be good fighters. Let's see. Making sure none of this is important. Okay, so this entire war was just a shit-kicking. We are going to enforce demands for one province. And I think we could increase our centralization, maybe? No, we got like 2 more years, so we're going to have to give some land away. That's okay. Did I inherit all of this? Oh no, I already owned this. Eventually I want our domain basically to be the duchies of Curonia, Livonia, and Latgale. That's going to be like the crown lands, so to speak. But yeah, Tartu and Izborsk we can give to someone else. So let's pop this open. And let's see who's qualified that's not a claimant to anything. We're going to grant you, yep, that. And then this guy is going to get Tartu. There we go. All right, let's screenshot our borders as we continue to expand. And I think, yeah, the next thing we were going to do is go raid. Yeah, all special event troops will be disbanded, that's fine. So that we can have enough money to build a hill fort. Actually, let's start over here, because I have a feeling there's going to be more money to be had over here. Yeah, a daughter was born to Elder Tunkaminin and Mikova named Halima, who is white as the driven snow, which is not entirely impossible, but I'm probably her real dad. Fortunately, he thinks it's his. So, okay. I guess we have convinced him that in accepting the Ramyava religion, his children just are now born looking like the people up here do. So, all right. I believe one of your vassals can be discouraged from associate. He's my best friend. Why are you always trying to conspire and get me to be suspicious of my best friend? Let's see. Okay, so she already has her cat, but this event has happened again, so now I get a cat, which is fine. I have 2 pets now, and I probably am healthy enough to live to like 100 years old, even with an infected wound that won't heal. Alright. Dog is growing quickly. No longer a little puppy. What a good boy. Levy size plus 25. I'll take it. Alright. Now we're going to raid everybody. Sure, I'll come. Your 2 pets truly fight like cat and dog. You can barely sleep at night unless you lock them in separate rooms. In fear of confinement, your cat has begun hiding before bedtime. Yesterday, you spent the better part of an hour looking for it. You cannot stand this much longer. They'll figure it out in due time. Find a new owner for my dog. Cat is obviously unhappy. I'll give the cat to my friend Chief Maru. I bet he would enjoy having a kitty. He'll take better care of it than I would anyway, because I'm garbage dad. Ruta can now be one of my commanders. Alright. Fine day and you're out hunting. We're gonna become friends with the Chief of Danzig, who's mad that he's not on the council, but he loves me anyway. My coffers are empty. Let's just ask him for 250 gold, just to see what it... Ooh. We uncovered a relic. Head of a great hero. I believe that is the pagan interpretation of a head of a saint, which I'm not sure that would be something a pagan would actually care about. Veneration of body parts of famous old dead church people was more of something that was introduced by the Christians, but we'll take it. Once contained great wisdom. So we'll get +1 learning. Why not? And I think that is going to be the end. Let's see. Oh, he actually gave me the money. This kid is mad. He actually gave me 250 gold to build a hill fort. So right now it's a simple earthen hill fort that will provide limited defense. We're going to add wooden palisades to provide even more defense. And that's going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to make sure I screenshot that we are upgrading our hill fort. Check out loresworn.com. That's our website. We're at Loresworn Order on Twitter. I am at ASATJ. That's ASATJ. Like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification thing, comments, engagement, gets more people to see us in the recommended section, and all that cool stuff you can do to help us grow the channel and grow the legend of King Akko and of Loresworn Chronicles. We really do appreciate it. I try not to get cynical about saying it at every episode, because I really genuinely do appreciate that you guys are helping us out to get the word out and stuff like that. It's been a huge positive, supportive reaction since we started this series. And I'm very thankful to you guys for that, legitimately. And we'll see you next time.